Speak up English, the key to success.
Hey, Linda. How's it going?
Hi, John. I'm good, thanks. How about you?
I'm doing great, thanks. I was thinking we could do some English conversation practice today. What do you think?
That sounds like a fantastic idea, John. I'm always up for improving my English skills.
Awesome. Let's start with a simple question. What did you do last weekend?
Last weekend, I went hiking with some friends. We explored a beautiful trail in the mountains.
That sounds amazing. I've always wanted to go hiking. Did you see any wildlife?
Yes, we saw some deer and even a couple of bears from a distance. It was quite an adventure.
Wow, that must have been exciting. Speaking of adventures, have you ever traveled to another country?
Yes, I've been lucky enough to travel to a few countries in Europe. It was an incredible experience to immerse myself in different cultures and try new foods.
That sounds fascinating. I've only traveled within the country so far, but I hope to explore the world someday.
You should definitely do it, John. Traveling is such a wonderful way to learn and grow as a person.
Absolutely. Hey, do you know any funny English jokes?
Let me think. Oh, here's one. Why don't we ever tell secrets on a farm?
Why not?
Because the potatoes have eyes and the corn has ears.
Haha, that's hilarious. Thanks for sharing, Linda.
You're welcome, John. Laughter is a great way to practice English too.
Definitely. Well, that was a fun conversation, Linda. Shall we continue our English practice next time?
Absolutely, John. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, Linda. Ready for some more English conversation practice?
Absolutely, John. Let's dive right in. How about we discuss some common mistakes English learners make?
Good idea. One common mistake I've noticed is using there, and there incorrectly. It can be confusing sometimes.
I agree, John. Another common mistake is mixing up your and your. It's important to remember the difference.
Definitely. Oh, and what about the difference between its and its? That's another tricky one.
Right, John. It shows possession, like the dog wagged its tail. Well, it is a contraction of it is or it has.
Exactly. It's important to pay attention to those details when speaking and writing English.
Absolutely. Practice makes perfect, though. Hey, do you have any tips for improving English speaking skills?
One tip I've found helpful is to practice speaking with native speakers whenever possible. It helps with pronunciation and fluency.
That's a great tip, John. I also recommend watching English movies or TV shows with subtitles to improve vocabulary and listening skills.
Definitely. And don't forget to read English books or articles regularly. It's a great way to expand your knowledge and understanding of the language.
Absolutely, John. Well, this has been a productive conversation. Thanks for sharing your insights.
Anytime, Linda. I always enjoy our English practice sessions. Shall we continue next time?
Absolutely, John. Looking forward to it.
Hey, Linda. Ready to continue our English conversation practice?
Absolutely, John. Let's pick up where we left off. We were discussing some common mistakes in English. Do you have any more examples?
Yes, Linda. Another common mistake is the misuse of prepositions. Sometimes it's hard to remember whether to use in, on, or at in certain contexts.
Oh, I've struggled with that too, John. It takes practice to get it right. Also, the use of articles like a, and the can be tricky for learners.
Absolutely, Linda. Knowing when to use the for something specific versus a or in for something general can be confusing.
Definitely, John. It's all about paying attention to context. By the way, speaking of context, using idiomatic expressions correctly can be challenging too.
Absolutely, Linda. English is full of idioms and phrases that might not make literal sense, but are commonly used in conversations.
That's right, John. It's important to learn these expressions in context to understand their meaning and use them appropriately.
Agreed, Linda. Well, it seems like we've covered a lot of ground on common mistakes and tips for improvement. Do you have any final thoughts?
Just that practice makes perfect, John. The more we engage in conversations like this, the more confident we'll become in our English skills.
Absolutely, Linda. Thanks for the insightful discussion today. Shall we meet again for more practice soon?
Definitely, John. Looking forward to it.